Y'all want to make a soap design with me on the fly? It'll be a piece of cake. Now, how do we get to a soap making day and I'm in the position where I have all raw materials and no design? Well, I'll tell you. We decided we wanted to remake this frosted top soap. Opal. Everybody voted on it. They were like, we love the fragrance combo. It's a great design, blah, blah, blah. Then my dad comes to me yesterday and he was like, so I don't have opalite. And I was like, father, that is the key component of that design. And he was like,
wait, I know. I do have tumbled amethyst.
And I was like, so what? And he said,
why don't we just sub out and use the amethyst?
And I was like,
but the colors on the inside don't match. And he was like,
what if we did purples? What if we did purples?
And I said,
Father, you do realize you are acting this soap right here?
this doesn't exist anymore. Like, scratch it out. You have now designed your own soap. So really, are we making a soap on the fly today? Or am I actually just making my dad's soap design that he argues people are going to like his design more than the original Opal design?
The wireless customer you are calling is not available.
Well, he didn't pick up his phone. No surprise there. Okay, let us get to cracking and start creating this soap design from the guidelines and parameters my father gave me, but also kind of from scratch. That's the one where...
No, not opal.
Not opal. Yeah, the...
Amethyst.
Right. Well, let's just start from the beginning. We're changing the top. We're putting an amethyst in place of the opal.
Yep.
Are we changing the black soap frosting?
We don't need to, but because amethyst has black in it.
That's
but
true.
If you want to stand out, I go change it.
Okay. So
You're
maybe...
the color palette lady. You can change it to anything you want, and I'll make it.
Okay. And then what about, if the fragrance is lavender lemon, should we try to put some yellow in there?
That sounds good to me.
Okay. I think it's
Right.
going to be good. I kind of have an idea what I'll do.
I knew you would.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Talk to you
Thank you. Okay, bye. Nice. Okay, so he was a lot more, hey, you decide this time than when I talked to him in person. But all right, yellow accents it is. All right, let's set up the last few things here, and then I'll show you guys what I ended up deciding to do. Gonna blend my soap oils up real quick. Gonna blend in my lye water solution. Now I'm going to pour some off for those accent colors. Okay, color number 1 is our purple vibrance. Color number 2 is our yellow, the little bit of TD. Color number 3 is our lavender color, the little bit of TD. I'm going to begin by blending this in by hand. Titanium dioxide really does need to be blended in with a stick blender, but just to sort of get everything initially incorporated, make sure the colors look vaguely like I want them to. I do start by blending by hand sometimes, especially if I'm working with warmer temperatures. Now, different soap makers like working hotter, colder, etc. It's literally snowing outside where I am, and so I overcompensate always a little bit if I know that the weather is going to be particularly chilly. We have our darkest purple here. That's not going to get any different really. All right, get all that fragrance in there. I'm gonna count for about 5 seconds on this one. It's not gonna be very long. All right, gonna go ahead and pour in a goodly bit of white here. Then our purple, going for about 1 to 2 passes with these colors, nothing extreme. The goal is mainly just to make sure that every soap has some of the color. Then pour this final bit of white in from up really high. Then I'm going to go ahead and swirl this. I do have some more to add to this second one closest to you guys. Just put it it in, swirl it around, make sure you get to the bottom. And though this looks kind of messy right now, it won't look messy on the inside. I wish so bad that you guys could smell this because it smells amazing. For this last little bit that I have to add, I'm actually going to clean out my containers into the bigger one. Because I chose to go ahead and swirl it because I can feel it kind of setting up a little bit. This is what you can do sometimes if you still want to get a swirl in there. We're not really saving anything for the top here. And then you'll see it'll come out kind of in one big sloopy line, not over mixed, which is the point. Lemon lavender 1 and 2. Let's go ahead and mix up the frosting. I'm thinking I'm going to do a light purple for this. Alrighty, let's get started. Now, I know this soap frosting may look a little pink to you, but I promise it's just like a light lilac purple. Using my 𝑘𝐸𝐲𝐚𝐥𝐭𝐲 869 tip, just gonna mark all these soap bars to the very end. And let me tell you, we're starting off 2025 really strong. I think because Paris is the city of love, a lot of people like to release things in February that are French or Parisian themed. And I just felt like it would be the perfect thing to add. Woo! That is a lot of purple mica coming out of that one. I never worry about things like this because the soap will absorb that back into itself as it saponifies. So if you ever decide to do soap frosting in the future and you add a little bit of mica to your frosting bag, don't be afraid of things like that. Even though this wasn't one of my original designs for this month, I actually think it fits our theme better. France is like the worldwide capital of lavender fields. Definitely a case of the no mistakes, only happy accidents. Caleb turned 30 in December, and he and I have talked about how much we have changed in the last decade. For those who don't know, I met my husband when I was 18. Now, we didn't get married when we were 18. We got married when we were 21, but you do so much growing in your 20s. And I gave like the most energetic years of my life to Royalty Soaps. And for better or for worse, she has changed me into who I am today. And my transition from a girl in my parents' shed to a woman now with 2 children and a home of my own is well documented with soap designs over like a 13-year period. That totally freaks me out sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. But at the same time, it's crazy that a bar of soap has documented my growing up and what things have changed, what things have stayed the same. Like, it's just kind of wild. One of my goals this year is to expend extremely purposeful energy, okay? When I was in my 20s, I ran at everything with 100% energy. It didn't matter if it was a silly idea I just had, my business planning for the year, a craft I was making, like everything was getting 100%. And what I learned is that that will lead you to burnout. There are certain tasks you should not be putting 100% of your energy towards all the time. And certain people as well. And I was giving 100% to everything all the time. Here's the gorgeous amethyst that my dad found. And so in my 30s, I want to be purposeful about the time that I'm giving to projects, to people, to my family, to my work. And I want to learn how to prioritize which things are really important and which things can either fall off my plate or just be given a lower amount of energy to, because 100% all the time will lead to PCOS and chronic inflammation, honestly. One of the tests that I have taken in the last 2 years was actually a cortisol test, and come to find out my cortisol is sky high and I have a spike at like 11 p.m. at night. So I thought, oh, I'm always just like a night owl. I can't go to bed unless it's like 2 a.m. Turns to find out that was an indicator of a much larger problem. I feel so grateful to have a grip on all of that information now, after spending a good few years without any answers for why my body was doing what it was doing. And now sister is on her health and healing journey. Well, a continuation thereof, because I really started that in 2024, but 2025 continuing the good work that was started last year. And I was excited about last year, and I'm excited about this year. Like, I just sense good good things on the horizon. Seems like everyone is feeling like there's a little bit more hope. I see a lot more kindness on the internet than I used to. Admittedly, there were some rough years in there for everyone, and I know when people are stressed, it can make people a little more mean. But I'm sensing and seeing a lot of gratefulness and happiness, and that is extremely encouraging. All right, we're gonna use a little bit of purple stardust from the Good Glitter on top of here. It's an obvious addition. It's almost exactly the same color purple as what's on the inside too. Oh wait, I also think that amethyst is February's birthstone. Wow, this really is a win all around. Oh yeah, look you guys, I just remembered that 𝘅𝐼𝐺𝐻 sent me a box of all these new biodegradable glitters. I wonder if there's one that'll match this soap. There's literally a ton of different colors in there, but I think I'm gonna stick with Into the Mystic because I already have some glitter on there. So yeah, if you want some really cool bio glitter, check out 𝘅𝐼𝐺𝐻. I do have an affiliate link with the discount code below. I'll just sprinkle a little of that on there. Oh, that looks really good. Wow, this is particularly sparkly. I wonder if there's anything different about it, because that looks noticeably more rainbow, like noticeably more hollow. I think they may have upgraded. That looks so good. Anyway, here is our lemon lavender amethyst soap. Looking pretty, looking good. I'm gonna kind of pop these back to where they were into the middle. All right, you guys want to see a close-up? I know you do. This is a really good batch for a close-up. Yeah, see, look how pretty. Those amethysts look so good. Okay, I'm gonna let this sit. Oh, also you can see some of the yellow peeking out from under there. This looks awesome. I cannot wait to cut it. I'll probably wait a full 24 for this batch. Then we'll see how I did on that swirl after this quick commercial break. Okay, so this looks really good the next day. I have to give props to my dad. I thought the opal was going to be the big winner here, but I'm really loving this design. Now, I already know I'm going to decrease the intensity of the yellow. You just never know when yellows are going to end up being like super bright. Let's turn it on its side. Hopefully my rock placement is good. Okay, looks perfect. Press down gently. And this is what it looks like on the inside. So you can see what I mean about the yellow. Like, it's just too intense for the purples. But if we lighten that up, make it more creamy, I mean, it'll look more like this. We've made the necessary changes and the final product is really something I'm pleased with. Lavender Lemon is just one of those fragrances people cannot get away from. It doesn't matter if it's trendy. It's just the perfect smell for a powder room, for a luxurious bath time. Like, it works so well together. And quite frankly, Dad was right. This does match the fragrance better. Maybe I should consult him for more designs in the future. Question of the day. Should I buy my dad a treat for this one? Even though this was an entirely new soap design, does he deserve a little treat? Should I go buy the man like some donuts or something for such a good idea? I think this bar is my favorite. It's an amethyst soap available in February. The fragrance is universally appealing, and yes, it is strong. So if you like a strong scent, you like a clean scent, you like a little bit of herbaceous, a little bit of citrus, this for you. And we do love a little flashback to the old glory days of royalty soaps with the glitter, the rock, the two-tone froth. I mean, it's kind of a lot. And we like to see that occasionally, you know, once in a while again. The soap will be available the first Friday of February, that is February 7th, in my soap shop, royaltysoaps.com, along with the other gorgeous bars in the Love in France collection, a collection that is so very dear to my heart. It was so much fun to design. I got so much inspiration from the suppliers that I use for fragrances and colorants. They have had some really great launches this month. Do something fun for yourself today. Go out there, write an old-fashioned letter, okay? I don't care if your handwriting is nice. You know, there is somebody in your life, I promise you, that would appreciate a handwritten letter. For me, that's my sisters. We love to write back and forth to each other, even though we only live like 3 miles away. Or maybe you want to go and cook something completely from scratch. That is something that I'm going to try to do within the next 2 weeks. I've never made pasta from scratch before. It's on my to-do list. I may share about that on my personal Instagram if you want to follow me over there. There might be a picture or something. I don't know. I'm not promising anything. I don't really care what you do. Do something for you. Have an absolutely royal day. Bye for now. Meow.